Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat, si Dr. Nada nagbabalik or magandang umaga po or tanghali sa man kayo naroroon sa mundo. But anyway, this is my first video coming back for 2026 kasi I took some time off, a little over 2 weeks. I need to refresh or reset my mental health, my physical, and of course, my emotional health. Kailangan po nating mag-break para naman to recuperate and restart a new fresh life for 2026. Karamihan po sa atin sa Western world, we work to live, but that should not be the case. Okay, that's why hopefully you guys are putting away money for retirement, and that way either you can retire early or you get something that would work for you when you retire. But that would be another topic that we can talk about. At this point, we're going to talk about chronic illness or diseases. Ano nga ba yung mga chronic illness that we encounter? Karamihan po sa mga ito, regardless of your race, they exist. It's just we get old or either we predispose ourselves to those factors that would make us ill chronically. Ano nga ba yung mga chronic diseases? Number one, hypertension. Okay, so tinatawag din pong alta presyon. 2, diabetes. Okay, pangatlo is hyperlipidemia or dyslipidemia. Ito po yung bad cholesterol forming in our arteries. And next, number 4 is cardiovascular disease that includes the heart and the brain, meaning stroke or heart attack and heart failure. Panglima, yun po ay chronic kidney disease, and then pang-anim, pulmonary disease. But ngayon, we will talk about diabetes. Tatlo po ang category ng diabetes. One is type 1, you are born with it. So, the main treatment for that is insulin, regardless, and they usually get diagnosed in their younger years, child. So usually some family members were diabetic as well, so this is genetic. Number 2, type 2 is what we call acquired. So ang pinagkaibahan po, the type 1, their treatment is always insulin. They cannot take oral agents. Type 2, mostly oral agents. Okay, and when you trim down, and this one, when you actually trim down, you lose some weight, most likely your diabetes will go away. Okay, however, down the road, when you burn your pancreas and you got no more beta cells, then you eventually be looking like type 1 diabetes, which is going to be dependent with insulin. Okay, ang pangatlo ay what we call LADA, late onset of diabetes or diabetes 1.5. Ang pinagkaiban po nito is they look skinny, okay, but there's a component of type 2, but they don't get diagnosed until later in their life, like young adults. So usually there's no family history of it, and they usually are young, healthy, but later on they will develop some symptoms. So yun po ang tatlo na types ng diabetes. Ano ang most dangerous na life-threatening situation for the 3 types? Yun po yung tinatawag natin na diabetic ketoacidosis. Kung hindi mo tinitake yung insulin mo, and then what happens is if your organ is not making enough insulin, you go into what we call DKA. So ang DKA po is the worst kind. It's similar to sepsis that you can have, and you could die, possibly die with it, because your body turned into acid, so the body cannot use insulin, so it goes into starvation, and then it will make a lot of ketones and CO2, and those going to be toxic to all cells or the body itself. You could also go into coma. It's because you're not making enough glucose that the brain needs, and at the same time you are making a lot of waste, carbon dioxide, ketones that the body don't normally like, especially if you have bad kidneys. So how is DKA treated? So you will be hospitalized, or Filipino term na confined. You're gonna be confined, but we normally use in Western world, you will be hospitalized or admitted to usually critical care unit, ICU or CCU, and you will be getting lots and lots of fluids. Okay, and if you needed to be put on a ventilator because your breathing is affected by the acid or the state of ketosis, you will be put on a ventilator. And then after volume resuscitation, you will be given insulin and then replace your electrolytes. And then once you are stable, and what we're looking for is an iron gap. So chine-check po yung labs ninyo every 4 hours. That's the standard practice, whether be in the US or Canada. And then once your iron gap is resolved, then we will stop the drip, put you back on your regular regimen, and then feed you. Once you tolerate that, then at that point, you could probably be discharged and then follow up with either your primary care or your endocrinologist who specializes in diabetes. So, yun po una nating talakayin, and then subsequent videos, itatalakay natin the rest of the chronic diseases. So, hanggang dun lang po muna tayo, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.